Hey crafty people, it's Tasha here for Trinity Stamps, and today I'm going to be showing you one design with the Fa-Brew-Lous Slimline stamp set from the latest release, but two very different looks. So here is the Fa-Brew-Lous stamp set. You get one long continuous image and then you get some sentiments and lots of little images as well. So I've got some cardstock from my stash. It's called Buff. It's just a bit like craft kind of colour. And I am going to be stamping the large slimline stamp with fossilised amber distress oxide. So it's not going to be super strong against the cardstock, but because it's oxide, it is going to show up even on the coloured cardstock. So next I've got some Nina £80 and I have Kitsch Flamingo, Wilted Violet and Candied Apple distress oxides. So I've inked up the first part of the stamp with the Kitsch Flamingo, then I just use my finger just to soften the edge of all the colour of each one before I stamp it down, just so that I get a bit of a better blend. And then I've got Wilted Violet on the end. And I just think that's so cute. I love this stamp. I've used it quite a lot and I like colouring all of the images in, but sometimes you just don't feel like that. So I've also got the modern embossed slimline circle window, I will have it linked, and the Rainbow Brights paper pad. So I've used the smaller of the slimline modern embossed dies to cut the coloured cardstock, and the smaller one to cut my stamped up bit. Then I've got a strip of each of those coloured Rainbow Brights cardstocks, and I have run that through, cutting it with the smaller of the dies, just so that I've got that continuous debossed line running down each of the sides, just to give it a more continuous look. Then I've grabbed out some of the faces that come with this set. I think it's so adorable. You get all like four different cute little faces, and I'm going to add those on to the brightly coloured panel. So I'm just adding them on with the same colour that the rest of it is stamped in that area. I've got 3 of the faces, and I've just got them sort of on different places of my acrylic block so that I can just stamp them really easily. And I've also grabbed out the foam pad from my MISTI because I find I get a much better result when I'm stamping with an acrylic block if I do so on that foam pad. Now I've got a scrap of cardstock that I'm going to stamp my sentiment on. So I have the big and bold sentiment. I've got the hello from that. I'm going to stamp that up on some Nina cardstock, and I'm also going to stamp on some more of that craft buff colour cardstock, because like I said, I'm going to be doing the exact same design. I'm just showing you how different it can look, but you can still use the same design, because sometimes it's nice to have completely different style cards but not have to come up with more than one design for it. So I've then got one of the, for a sub-sentiment, I've got one of the sentiments from the Fa-Brew-Lous set, which says, "You mean so much to me." I love a pun. So I'm trimming down all of those sentiments. I've got the hello and the sub-sentiment separately, but they are the same size because I want to pretend that I did that on purpose. But it just worked out perfectly that way. So I'm adding some tape runner to the back of my stamped up panel, and I'm going to adhere that to the Rainbow Brights panel, and then I'm going to add that strip, and as you can see there, I'm lining up the edges so that the debossed line is continuous even through that strip, and I just think that that gives it a really finished look. Now I'm attaching my sentiment on either side of that strip, and I've decided not to use any foam tape or anything on these, just to make it that they are quite flat and easy to mail. So I added my sentiment in the exact same place on the bright one as well. So there you go, one design, two very different looks. I hope that you like the video, like the cards. Let me know in the comments below. Please do hit that like button, that really does help us out. And if you aren't already subscribed to the Trinity channel, then I would suggest that you do, because we have some awesome inspiration all the time. I hope that you have a lovely, happy, safe and wonderful week. Stay crafty. Bye.